My name is Raz and you're watching Israeli EDC, where we talk mostly about Swiss Army knives and flashlights and EDC equipment and kits and gear and all the fun stuff. And today I have a challenge for you guys. Because it is a challenge, and I'm actually recording this at, I'm not sure what time it is, but it's almost evening, and I've been carrying this stuff that I'm about to show you this entire morning, and man, this upcoming week is about to be tough, but we're gonna pull through. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through. So I'm gonna mention some fabulous EDC content creators in the description box below and in the title. I'm not sure if I can, but I'll try to mention them in the title of the video. So let me know down in the comment section below if you are following these fabulous creators. And from Vine Climber and Dominic from Next Level EDC, Gus from Gadget Gus, and the last but not least is Conan from Conan's EDC, Easy Dad Carry. If you're not following either of those, go and check them out, all of them, because they all make fantastic content here on YouTube. And without further ado, I just want to jump in the video. So the thing is, it's very easy to get bigger and bigger and bigger with your gear when you're down the rabbit hole, when you've entered the rabbit hole that is EDC. So it's very easy to start carrying, like, you know, big flashlights like this wonderful, fantastic Rite Pineapple, or, you know, just carry big old Swiss Army knives like this Handyman. Just look at it. Look at the size of this thing. Carrying this in your pocket, it's heavy, you know what I'm saying? So it's very easy to get lost in big gear, like big stuff to carry around in your pockets. And you know, they work. They make our lives easier, and they help us help others in our, you know, adventures and endeavors. So it's easy to get lost and get caught up in big things and big capable tools to help us live our lives better. But I want to take on the challenge this week to just go small. So letting go of the big Swiss Army knives and the big heavy flashlights and the big knives and the big tools and everything, and just, you know, going micro, going very, very small. So today I'm going to talk about some mini tools that are fabulous and fantastic, and, you know, maybe I will give some of you guys inspiration to downsize your EDC to still have capable gear that you carry around with you, but not, you know, so big that it blows out your pockets and it gets heavy, and you're trying to find ways to maybe carry it in a sheath or something. Without further ado, let's just try and get through this video and through this upcoming week. And of course, if you want to see updates, you're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram at Israeli_EDC. So the link will be down in the description box below. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. This is it. This is all I'll be carrying this upcoming week, starting this morning. So yeah, left to right, we have a multi-tool, a knife, a flashlight, pen, and my notepad right here, which is everything that I will be carrying this upcoming week. I'm not changing my blades, I'm not changing my flashlight, I'm not changing anything. This is my exact setup for the upcoming week, which is tiny. This is a keychain knife, and this is a keychain flashlight. But I will be using these as my primary tools for the upcoming week, and I hope that some of you watching this video will decide to pick up the challenge for yourselves and try to downsize your EDC, and let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are doing with it. Let's start right to left. We have a multi-tool, and my multi-tool of choice here is the Gerber Dime. You're probably familiar. This is the tiny plier-based multi-tool from Gerber, which is fantastic in my opinion. It doesn't do everything great, you know. It sure has its downsides. The nail file is not all that good. The scissors are not great. We'll go over these in just a minute. The obvious choice here would have been the Leatherman Squirt, but I will tell you why I chose to go with the Gerber Dime when we talk about the knife choice here, which is the Victorinox Rambler. Either way, let's quickly go over the tools here. First and foremost, the tool I use the most on the Gerber Dime is the package opener. This is a fantastic tool. It's like a mini knife. Just this tiny, very tiny tip at the end is a blade. Very useful. If you find yourself dealing with a lot of packages, a lot of clamshell packages, that tough plastic, you know, just squish it in there and just work your way through nice and easy, and you're off to the races. The blade on it is I believe it's called a sheep's foot blade. Correct me in the comments if I'm mistaken, but either way, that's the blade. I've never used it. I don't think it ever cut anything because I don't need it. I don't use a blade that often. On the other side, we have a pair of scissors, which are nice. You know, they will work, they will get the job done, but they're not Victorinox level. And then we get to the final two tools. The first one is this two-dimensional Phillips, kinda two-dimensional Phillips head. Also a very tiny flat head, which is useful. The tiny head is useful if you're trying to do some tiny work with a flat head of some sort. This will come in handy. The file on either side is just garbage. You know, this is a crosscut file, should have been a crosscut file, and this is like a single cut file. That's just pure garbage. Do not rely on these files. You know, it's just something that companies just throw in there just so they can add another line in the functions list. The flip side of that is the larger flathead screwdriver, which also doubles as a pry bar. You can see it comes to a very fine tip at the very end, so you can definitely use it as a scraper, a larger flathead screwdriver, a small light-duty pry bar, all goes. So that's a fantastic tool. The main reason I decided to go with the Gerber Dime, however, is the bottle opener right here. So this is probably the best bottle opener there is on a small multi-tool coming in at this size, which is very small, as you can see. The reason I decided to go with the Gerber Dime is because of that bottle opener, because the bottle opener, both on the Victorinox Rambler and the Leatherman Squirt, are both garbage, and I will show you that right now if I can find the right one. That's not that one, it's probably this one. Yep, that's the one. So that's the bottle opener of the Leatherman Squirt, which is not as terrible as the one on the Victorinox Rambler, but it is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. So the bottle opener is right here embedded into this very tiny, I think it's a number 0, I believe, a number 0 Phillips head. Maybe it's a number 1 Phillips head, I'm not sure. But this Phillips head is what makes this tool special in my eyes. This is what differentiates this tool from the Victorinox Classic SD. You know, you do not get the bottle opener, the wire stripper, and the Phillips, the tiny magnetic Phillips screw head on the Classic SD. For some of you, such as myself, this would be even a better choice than the Mini Champ, because the Mini Champ does offer a lot more tools, but it's bigger, it's heavier, and it's much more expensive, and I don't think that I will find myself using most of the tools on the Mini Champ, and that's the reason I decided to go with the Rambler. Now, I've had this knife for about a couple of years now, but it's never left the house. This is my living room knife, or it used to be up until a few days ago. So yeah, now that I have a different knife for my living room knife, which I will show you in an upcoming video, I decided to take on the challenge of just downsizing everything and try to carry this as my only knife in my pocket, instead of my usual Victorinoxes, like other Swiss Army knives that I currently carry. Previously to this morning, I used to carry this. This is the Explorer, and you can see the difference in both size and heft. This is extreme. These are two extremes, right? So you look at the right of the screen, you see the Victorinox Explorer is a fantastic tool. It has basically everything I need, including a full-size Phillips head right there. You know, that's a Phillips head. But then you look at the left, and it makes me smile. You know, downsizing for the week. So yeah, Quickly going over the rest of the tools, you have the fabulous, fantastic Victorinox scissors, which is part of the reason I don't really care about the scissors here on the Dime, because, you know, I will not use them. I will use this, which is far more accurate and easy to use and more comfortable and you know, more precise, just superior in every way. Moving next to that is the nail file, which I do like and I do use, which is another reason why I don't care about the nail files, the bad nail files on the Gerber Dime. I just don't care because I'll be using the Rambler. And at the very tip, you have a flathead screwdriver right here. See that? There we go. On the flip side of that, you do have the blade, which I have been using and I will be using. I don't find myself using a blade that often. I will most likely use the scissors more than the blade, but you know, it's good to have. It's right there. And on the outside, we have the wonderful Victorinox tweezers, which I often find myself in need of. And on the opposite side of that, you have the toothpick, which is great. You know, I use the toothpick. I know that most of you don't, and some of you don't like me saying that, but I do. It's right there and I use it. Next to that is my flashlight, which is a keychain flashlight, but I will be using it as my primary pocket flashlight for the upcoming week. This is the Nitecore TiKi, and I've had this baby for about a year and a half now. Also used to be my living room flashlight, but now I do have another one on my table right there in the living room because I will be using this for the upcoming week. The Nitecore TiKi puts out around 300 lumens, which is fantastic, but also kind of weird because my actual keychain flashlight is the Rovivon A1, which if you know Rovivon, you know that that flashlight on my keychain puts out 600 lumens. So I'm gonna have a weaker flashlight in my pocket and a stronger flashlight on my keychain, which is okay. It's part of the process. I could switch them and put this on my keychain and take the Rovivon and throw it on this pocket dangler, which is how I'm gonna carry the flashlight, and throw the Rovivon in my pocket, but I'm not gonna, because I really like this Nitecore TiKi. I like the UI better, and I like the fact that it's translucent and it has auxiliary lights here on the side. So the main LED puts out 300 lumens, and the way to operate it is just two ways actually. You can either hold the button for a full blast, and this is momentary. Once I let go of the button, the light will go off. There you go. If you want to activate it, you double tap and you go immediately to Firefly mode, which is, I can't remember the numbers, but it's very low, you know, it's Firefly mode. You want to go up a notch, you click it one more time, you go to medium, and then you click it one more time, you go to high, and then you click it one more time to go to turbo, and it will stay on turbo for I don't know how long, and then we'll drop down back to high. And that's it. You click it one more time, you cycle through back to Firefly mode. There you go, right there. And to turn it off, you basically just hold it down for half a second, and it's off. Now, the reason I chose this to put in my pocket over the Rovivon A1 is because of that translucent body. So to get to the auxiliary lights, you basically click it 3 times, and now you're in ultraviolet mode. So this ultraviolet, this is not the glow-in-the-dark version, by the way. This flashlight does come with a translucent body that does glow in the dark, but this is not it. This is just a regular, I'm not sure what it's a polymer of some sort. I'm not sure what they call the material of the casing, but this one does not glow in the dark, which is okay. I don't need it. I don't like things that glow in the dark, you know? If I need something to lit up, I will light it with my flashlight. I don't need it to glow in the dark. I'm not gonna lose this in my pocket or in my bag, you know? Anyways, talking about the UV light and the auxiliary lights on the side, you click it one more time, you go to the white light, which is warmer. Take a look at that. This is a warm light. And the main reason I like it is because I can headstand it like this, and now I have light. If I need to write something down in a dark environment, you know, I'll just take my Zebrapen, which we'll talk about in a minute, expand it, open up my Notepad right here, and now I have working light. I don't need to hold it with my teeth. I don't need to clip it to my hat. I don't need none of that. I just throw it on the table right next to me and I do my work. That's it. Now, if we click it one more time, we're going straight into beacon mode. Now it will go into beacon mode, which is very useful and you know, you could find yourself in need of a beacon mode on such a tiny flashlight. You know, if you're cycling, if you're out and you need to be seen from afar, you can just throw that on the back of your backpack and have it beacon around. So yeah, I find that useful. And you click it one more time, you go to the UV light mode. You want to turn it off, you just click it, you hold it for half a second, and that's it. Now, the one thing that I don't like about the Nitecore TiKi, which is a fantastic light in my opinion, is the fact that it still uses the old archaic micro USB right there. See that? This is a micro USB, and frankly, in 2023, there's really no excuse for a company to put out. This is not a new flashlight. It didn't just come out. But I'm saying it's 2023. It's 2023. Please, Nitecore, update this flashlight to USB-C. You know we deserve it. So just make everything USB-C, and that's it. This is the flashlight. Moving on to the pen. This is the Zebrapen Telescoping Pen. It's freaking tiny. Look at it. Look at it. It's even tinier than my regular normal. Oh, there we go. It's smaller than that. Like, these are my 3/4 size pens that I usually carry, and the Zebra pen light is even smaller than those. So yeah, it's very, very tiny. But however, when you expand it, bam, you got almost a regular size pen. You see how they almost match now? So yeah, it's getting comfortable enough to write some things down with. You're not gonna sit down and write a whole letter with it, but it does get more comfortable when you expand it, which is obviously the only way you can operate the pen. The tip comes out. If you want to close it down, you just boop, do that. When it's out, it's very easy to write with, so we're just gonna write Shalom, everyone. Okay, this is it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your time, and I will see you all in the next video. If this is your first time here, or if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel right now. Thank you very much, but only if you're enjoying this content, you know. Either way, go down to the description box and check out the rest of the wonderful creators that I've mentioned in the description box below. Go look at their channels and subscribe to them and watch their videos as well, because I suspect that at least some of them will pick up this challenge right here and will try to make a video in that same atmosphere of downsizing your EDC. Let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think about my choices? What would you have picked differently and why? What would you substitute here for what? Like, what would you put instead? You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, and until then, adios. Shh.